Our first guest today is Dr. Candice Sieben of Novitel Family and Internal Medicine, South Brunswick. Welcome to the show today, Dr. Sieben. It's such a pleasure to have you here.
Thanks, June, and I'm glad to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
You're quite welcome. We're really happy to have you in Brunswick County, and I know that we're very happy to have you at Novant Health Family and Internal Medicine offices in Carolina Shores. So I'd like to start by getting to know you a little bit better and have our viewers get acquainted with you. So tell me a little bit about your education.
My undergraduate education, I'm originally from Illinois, and so my undergrad was at the University of Illinois, and actually I started in business.
Really?
So my undergraduate degree was in finance, and I worked in business for about 15 years. I went back and got a master's of business at Illinois and worked in electronic publishing and information systems, it was a lot of fun. I have to say I really enjoyed it, but you just come to a place in life where you want to do something more, and I was very fortunate. At the time I was living in Dayton, and Wright State University has a medical school that's very interested in fostering primary care. Mm-hmm. And they have found that people who kind of come back tend to like primary care, and offered me the opportunity to go to medical school, and I jumped. It was wonderful.
That is so interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that about you.
Yeah.
Wow. And so how about your work experience? We now know you were in business. Mm-hmm. Let's hear about some of your work experience.
Well, actually, you know, my last position, I was in electronic publishing, building databases for LexisNexis, and I was building the Nexus databases. And it's kind of interesting. One of my last jobs for them, I took a trip to the Philippines. Uh-huh. We had suppliers we worked with there, and I was there when they had the coup in the Philippines. Yes. And spent 5 days in a hotel being bombed. And
oh my goodness.
But it was kind of a life-changing experience. It really makes you think about, what am I going to do with the rest of my life? And that's really started me thinking about other avenues, and I thought medicine was just such a good way to go. You can really contribute to the community and have an involvement that you can't in business.
Wow, so that's an amazing story.
It was fun.
Yeah. Well, I'm curious, what brought you to Brunswick County?
I have family in the area, and
nice.
It's just so pretty. When I come down here, it's
Mm-hmm.
beautiful. It's a nice climate. I'm coming from Ohio, where we have winters. I won't miss those. Yeah, and I think this area gives people a chance to have a healthier lifestyle as well, because you can do more outdoors and be active.
Yeah, I would agree, and I think the sunshine helps. It's.
I have to say, it's been nice. It's been nice since I came in July. It's been nice.
Well, that leads to another question. When did you join the group?
I came July this year.
Mm-hmm. And how are you liking it so far?
I love it, and I was practicing medicine for, almost 20 years in Ohio. So it's a big change to come down, but it's very nice because we have a group that's growing. Mm-hmm. We've got two other new physicians there. Mm-hmm. We've got a wonderful staff. It's just been such a pleasure to work with everybody there, and then the communities around us. I was kind of surprised how much need there is for care down here, and we've been busy, and it's been fun.
Well, I know you're board certified in family medicine, but some of our viewers may not be as familiar with that as others. So tell us a little bit about what that means.
So in family medicine, our training involves taking care of an entire family. So we have training in pediatrics. We spend time in training like in newborn nurseries, working in the pediatric hospitals, working with pediatric practices, and then lots of time with adult medicine as well, and with women's health. So we're able to take care of all phases of life.
And I think that's important to get to know that whole family, the dynamics that go on.
It's always interesting what people will, they won't tell you much about themselves, but they're happy to
tell you about
to tattle on. They're happy to do
that's funny. Well, you mentioned you have some partners at the clinic.
Right.
Tell me a little bit about your partners.
George Bell is an internal medicine specialist, and he's
been on our show.
Yes, and he's been here for, I think, 4 or 5 months.
Mm-hmm.
He joined. Great guy to work with, very knowledgeable, has...
Great sense of humor.
Yeah, he does have, it's wonderful to have him there, and he's got lots of medical experience as well, so
Mm-hmm.
it's really nice to have that when, it's nice to have somebody to curbside when you've got
Absolutely.
a question. So.
Absolutely. And then you have Stephanie.
Right, Dr. Connell is also family practice like I am, so it's
Yeah.
nice so that we have that chance to build pediatric practices and provide women's care that may not be available otherwise.
Yeah. How young do you take patients?
We take all ages.
All
So,
ages.
yeah.
Do you start at like 2 years old?
I think right now we have 2 and up, but our goal is to be able to take
Really?
care of every age.
That's great. That's good to know. Well, for our viewers out there who may not be familiar with the new Novant Health South Brunswick Medical Plaza, where your group is located, tell us a little bit about the services offered at the Medical Plaza.
You know what, it's really nice, and it's one of the reasons I was so excited to come to Novant down here. I think that the Novant system, they've done a really good job of trying to provide services that people need in the local area. And so we have radiology there. They can do x-ray and some ultrasound imaging. We have the ability to do mammograms and MRIs at the facility. There are subspecialists that come out to work with us. We have surgeons, gynecologists, urologists. It's been really nice to have all of that available in our facility.
Yeah. Well, that's great. I think it was a much needed service in that area, so it's very convenient, and I know the folks are loving it. So before we wrap up, though, how about telling our viewers how they can get in touch with you if they'd like to make an appointment?
So the phone number at the clinic is 579-8363.
That's great. I'm sure there are folks out there who would love to call and speak with you and learn how to become one of your patients. So
That would be great.
thank you so much for coming today. It's been
Thanks,
a pleasure
Jen.
to have you, and we're happy to have you at Novant Health and in Brunswick County.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.